And I think last week I talked about where that line came from. I came up with level 7, but then when I tweeted it to Perry Nemiroff, my Collider crush, I said she came up with the phrase, I am a part of the level 7 designation on the tweet that she signed. You guys can find that tweet on at T3 Medias on Twitter. But it makes me think about the question. A lot of people are thinking that there's a Hollywood agenda to make things more ethnic or less white. Like there's like an anti-white agenda or something like that. People think that that's what's happening. People are like, that are upset with the Little Mermaid thing. You're always taking something that first started a white person, now changing it to this, or first started a man, now making it to a woman. Is it for certain roles, or do you think that? Because I don't see it. I don't think that unless the role is specifically for a black person or a Hispanic person, but if the role is open. I mean, with all the TV shows that are still going on, that are still out there today, and all the movies that are still out there today, there's still people mostly getting work that, I feel like it's not that there's less work for white or black people. It's just that you can just notice that there's just an uptick of minorities getting more work, and I feel like some people will only see the uptick when it affects them slightly or affects their favorite show or something like Ariel, like the Blue Mermaid or something like that.
Well, I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. It's more of like equal rights, I guess you would say, because before, like the majority of Hollywood was white, so now it looks like okay, now white people are not getting cast as much because now they're trying to diversify it, which I get, and make sure everyone has an equal chance.
Represented.
So now it's more when you see an audition, it's more of like open race.
Right.
So at this point, it's really the best one for our direction that we're going for. They might not necessarily have a look for this character, but they know what kind of character they want and personality and whatnot. And so whoever does it, whether it be a black person, Latino, white, whoever nails it, we're going to go with them.
Whoever crushes it gets it. Exactly. And I brought that up only because I noticed, me personally, I've noticed, and I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm like, you're not saying it's a bad thing, but it got to a point where I just noticed it. So it was like every commercial that I'm watching now, and it wasn't just because of this, as you see right here, this old Cheerios commercial that was like a couple of years ago, where everybody lost their mind about the interracial couple that had the biracial daughter. But I've noticed almost every commercial, there's an uptick of interracial couples.
That's what you said,
and I just feel like I don't have I had to catch myself, but I got to a point where I was like, all right, again, another one. I could feel like a white person sitting there going, like, it's every commercial now. Now it's to the point where it's like it's not a. I don't know. It's like it's almost like they play. I don't know the word to use.
Like they're promoting it.
Like I don't exactly.
Like they're promoting.
Like they played it out to a point where even I, as a minority, a black guy, now I'm looking at it going, I'm glad that person got the role.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't feel like the directors are doing it because maybe they did do it because the person was the best person, but I feel like some of them are like, the next commercial we do better have this race, that race, that race.
I think they're doing it because they don't want to be judged or called out for not doing it.
Yeah.
So, and that was my point before, where I feel like it's being forced,
right,
versus being very natural.
Like we said last week, where I think you said it, where we've gone all these years with all these princesses, and then people get all been out of shape when one turns black or this and that and the other. Yeah, the numbers are still lopsided. And I think we're just noticing it just because we're seeing it.
And it's more now definitely in our face. Anything that you watch is like interracial, or there's gay couples and all that stuff. So I mean, there's a lot. It's just a lot different than when you were watching something in the 90s or something.